Okay, I can do a random song any day of the week and call it random song Wednesday. But today it does happen to be Wednesday. I just think that random song Wednesday has uh, a good sound to it. And I'm gonna go ahead and pick the song now, and then I can kind of talk about some stuff that I was watching on YouTube. I don't think this playlist will work. I think what playlist I have it on, yeah, is a Latin music playlist. So I'm just gonna go in here, find a random playlist, and I also need to. I'll do this. It is now 12:14 in the evening. I'll take that four, and then I'll take this playlist, and I'll go about halfway through to where it would be if I was going 40% through the playlist with these songs. These playlists that I make are for work, so different things happen at different times of the day during work. Therefore, there's different songs in different places. I'm very particular about music and what I want to hear and when I want to hear it. And the people I work with like the music I play. Some of them love it. Some people are indifferent, but I like to be in control of the music when I work in a warehouse, and I like to be in control of the music. It bothers me when I hear songs that I don't know, and so I try to play something for everybody, and I try to base the playlist on the people that I'm working around. Sometimes I'll make the playlist the night before, just knowing who's going to be at work that day. So if there's a heavy metal guy there, I'll play a bunch of heavy metal. If there's a new rap guy there, I'll play some new rap. That type of thing. So let's get about 4/10 of the way down, which would be 2/5, and we'll go with this song. Man, um, let me. That's not quite where I want to go anyway. Everlong by the Foo Fighters. That's what song we'll do. Not a real big fan of that song, but it's a random song, and I don't mind going through it and listening to it. And with this thing right here, I can still look at the lyrics. Uh, and the idea of this is to match it up with the four agreements. So when I say 1, 2, 3, go, that's when we'll play the song on here, and then you can go to Spotify and you can listen to the same song from the point of go, and then it'll play through. So that's 1, 2, 3, go. But before we get started with that, we'll just talk about some of the things that I was just mulling over and thinking about, and they pertain to the four agreements. So the four agreements makes your life about yourself. You are who you are, and your perception of yourself and your perception of things around you are what they are to you, and that's all that matters. Nothing else matters. I've been thinking there's four things that we're looking for in life. Some of them kind of intertwine. And let me see if I can remember these. The first one is truth. We're always looking for truth. And we can use that truth to shape ourselves and to shape the people around us. Just think about it. If you believed in a false religion that was hurting you, that wasn't true, that would not be good for you, even though the poison that you were gathering from that religion, you would think are making you better or part of truth and was going to reward you in the future. But really all it was doing is making you worse and making you sicker. The second one is beauty and art. I combine those two together. We're looking for beauty and art. You can also combine beauty with the next one, which is love. We're looking for love. So you can combine that with beauty. And the fourth one is purpose. It took me a while to think of that fourth one, and these are ones that I've come up with. I don't know where they came from. What are you doing? I got a kitty over here playing with something. Oh, I know what you're playing with. Go ahead and play with that. That's one of my daughter's old aprons. So those are the four things that we're looking for. Uh, Now you can know have truths with the first one. You can know have truths and still be happy and still be fulfilled. My logic is the we are looking for things, and those things that we're looking for, the closer we can get them to because there is an absolute truth and there is a universal truth, but the closer we can get those to absolute truth, the more happy and fulfilled we will be. So if, let's say that, let's just say for the sake of argument, Christianity is the true religion and Buddhism is not true. You're going to be more happier with Christianity. You're going to be more fulfilled. Vice versa. If Buddhism was the absolute true religion, you'd be more happier with that than you would be a fake religion, which in this scenario would be Christianity. So that's I don't know where I was going with that, but that is one of the things I was thinking about. And I guess every time I lose my train of thought, it's just time to move on to whatever the video was about. This is Everlong by the Foo Fighters. And I don't know how interesting it is that I picked that song, but I've never really been a real big fan of that song. It has a decent sound to it, and I don't know that much about it. It's okay. It's okay. So 1, 2, 3, go. One of the songs that people always talk about, and I'm looking at the lyrics. Excuse me. One of those things about the song that I've ever thought about, and hearing it now, it reminds me of 1974 by Smashing Pumpkins, and I've seen that song on some of the worst songs list of all times. That's 1974 by Smashing Pumpkins, and I think that's an absolutely spectacular song. I think it sounds great. Hello, I've waited here for you so long, Everlong. I throw myself into you, and out of the red, out of her head, she sang. I would say probably this has a good feel to it, but I would say probably one of the things that I don't like about it is the overproduction. The Dave Grohl used to play with Nirvana before Kurt Cobain committed suicide, and Kurt Cobain would say that he could never listen to the album Nevermind, even though it's one of the most popular and one of the most prolific and best-selling albums of all times. He can't listen to it because of the overproduction. So I guess he kind of sort of produced the next album, In Utero, which was much less produced. And actually, I really like Nevermind. I probably like it better than... And I understand the overproduction thing, but I think I like it better than In Utero. I think I like it better than the first album, Bleach. If everything could ever be this real forever. If anything could ever be this good again. I'm looking at these songs from my perception. I'm not looking up what they mean beforehand. I'm not that much into lyrics as I am into music. I'm into the feel of a song, and I'm into the positivity of music, and that doesn't mean that a song has to be positive. A song can be negative and still have a positive effect. One of my favorite songs of all times is The Knife by Genesis. And that song is extremely, negative, but at the same time, it makes me feel positive. It's a protest song. It's a war song. And I just love that song. It's my favorite Genesis song. I mean, besides the band Mew, that song would be a top 10 song for me. Yeah, but this song, people know, Everlong by Foo Fighters, people know this song. And it has a good sound to it, and it can be good for a work environment. We work in a warehouse. And I can tell you right away, I'm just not feeling this song. I kind of like the way it sounds, but I'm ready for it to be over with, and it's getting close. It's 4 minutes and 10 seconds, and we're already past the 3:10 mark, so it's almost over with. It just listening to this thinks about how much I would just rather listen to the few Smashing Pumpkins songs I like. And the thing I like about the Smashing Pumpkins is they're still overproduced, but they're not as overproduced as the Foo Fighters. And the Smashing Pumpkins have a shoegaze sound to them. And I think that's interesting. And I always wonder what their songs would sound like if they were less produced than they were, if they would sound better. They probably would to my ear. I like light productions. I like music that sounds really raw. I like tones that sound really raw. So this song's almost over, and I think I can take these lyrics and I can just read them right here on this thing that I got here. So, hello, I've waited here for you, so waiting for you ever long. What is it? Oh, it's going to the next song. Okay, I got to press pause here. The next song was the Olivia Rodrigo song. It would be interesting to talk about one of those. Maybe I'll talk about one of those soon. Hello, I've waited here for you ever long. Tonight I throw myself into you, and out of the red, out of her head, she sang, come down and waste away with me, down with me, slow how you wanted it to be. I'm over my head, out of her head, she sang. And I wonder when I sing along with you if everything could ever feel this real forever, if anything could ever feel this good again. It sounds like they're talking about sex. The only thing I'll ever ask of you, you got to promise not to stop when I say when, she sang. It sounds like they're talking about sex. Breathe out so I can breathe you in, hold you in, and now I know you've always been. Out of your head, out of my head I sang, and I wonder when I sing, this is kind of just the same thing all the way through. Wasn't the best song to pick, but that's fine. I've been reading, and I just got done. I found a bunch of Don Miguel Ruiz books on YouTube, and I was listening to some of them right now. And I've been trying to get through that chapter. And I've been trying. It's such an interesting thing to think about sex. He has a chapter in the book Mastery of Love about sex, and the name of the chapter is Sex, the Biggest Demon in Hell, or something like that. And the thing about it is that sex is a physiological thing, but we punish ourselves over it. We punish ourselves over the feeling of it. We punish ourselves for the thoughts over it, and we punish ourselves for what we've done in the past when it comes to sex. Hurting other people, hurting ourselves, masturbation, that type thing. So, and I'm trying to get back to that chapter. I only read a few pages of it. I'm trying to get back to that chapter. And then when I found this book on audio book, I was like, man, I need to listen to that one. So I went to that part, but then it starts in a different chapter. And then I started listening to that chapter, and then I got completely interested in it. And and as I listen to this stuff, everybody's mind is always going. So as I'm listening to this, I'm thinking about, well, what are the things that, because we got Thanksgiving coming, and I'm going to do a video on gratitude, and I think that gratitude is my most strongest emotion. I believe that. But at the same time, I'm thinking about what are the things about the four agreements that drove me to that. And one of the first things that caught me very easily, because there were so many things in there that I've always thought and always think about, and it is about how we have no idea who we are because we were born into this. And I always think, okay, there's 7 billion people on this earth right now. That's just right now. I mean, however many people have been here since creation or evolution, there's no telling. It could be close to the trillions. Who the heck knows? But let's say I would at least have to live those 7 billion lives to know who I am. I'm always searching for who I am. We're always we should be at least always searching for who we are. And I'm spending this time doing this, but it would take billions of years, hundreds of billions of years of lifetimes of people to actually find out exactly who I am. I might get close. I don't know. And that's one of the things that I just have a real gratitude about is being able to have the knowledge just to know that I need to find myself. So we've talked about the book. I'll make a video here soon, but I mean, not the book, but the song. It was a random song. It was Wednesday. It's the Random Song Wednesday. I'm going to do random songs here and there, and I'm going to call them Random Song Wednesday, even though they might even land on the Wednesday. I just like the sound of that. So thanks for watching. Bye.